Can you read the little icons up at the top?
I see. The slanted panel with the sun by it would be input from solar panels. Is the other block something to do with the battery backup?
So it's an icon from the Tesla Powerwall.
Okay, so
It looks a fair bit like a Tesla Powerwall, actually. Would you like to see the Tesla Powerwall?
Sure, why not? Okay.
Would you like to see it, Kevin?
I'm sort of doing the stream setup stuff right
Okay.
now. But...
Yeah, this is going to take getting used to.
And we have 2 visitors, which has her a little on edge.
Yeah.
If I have to switch to whispering, I will, although that would be logistically.
That's okay.
Not secure well.
It is
Yeah,
still
well, it's
Maple Road.
Yeah.
he's
Wow,
actually
that
getting
was
that finally finished is probably going to be one of the last things. Yes. Okay.
Wow. Quite a crowd here.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Mostly dogs.
Scott, your house is going to the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 visitors for 5 days.
I hadn't seen all 5 of them at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, well, they don't quite have us outnumbered, but damn close.
Okay.
Little brackets here.
There's one for you. There's one for you. There's one for you.
We are live on the internet, by the way.
Ah,
Stream has started, and I have
Want that?
updated my socials. There. Tweeted it out. So, anybody who cares will be thinking about showing up. Now, oh, that's closer. Hello.
Hi there.
Bouncing. Stop bouncing. Don't make it bounce more.
Heck, not my pocket history. So,
So are we still on for Black Friday? With the basic fantasy?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Magenta put in a request that if we do have dinner and keep going, that we only play till 9 or so, not like 10:30.
What did your sweetie say?
We don't have anything planned for then, so I am free.
Okay.
I can stay late as I want.
Good stuff. The source. Yeah, we got plenty of time, right?
So yes, it sounds like we're on for basic fantasy, starting at 2 and.
Ending at 9
Mm-hmm.
is what I heard.
And
Or earlier,
need to
if we
figure out
decide.
something for dinner.
If I kill the whole party, whatever.
That's happened before.
I know. Only once though.
So far only once, and we're lucky. 'Cause, quite honestly, it's pretty easy to die.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do you think little characters is easy to kill?
It's hard to keep them alive.
I would agree more with that, Steve. It is at times difficult to keep them alive and still have anything. Of course, the big thing with all of the D&D things, as far as I'm concerned, is by the time you know that you should flee in terror,
It's too late.
generally it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
And many of the monsters move faster than you ever could, so
Mm-hmm.
somebody's gonna die.
Whichever character has the lowest movement.
Yes. I don't have to move faster than a bear.
You just have to move faster than the slowest person in the party. Or as Munchkin puts it, there is the shoes of only having to run faster than you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that doesn't quite work if the monster is targeting by some specific
Mhm.
things such as race, gender, color of armor,
Has a grudge against clerics, whatever.
has a grudge against the person who
Really?
did most of the damage to it.
Really likes metallic objects. Oh, look, it's the druid and the paladin.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah.
Tasty!
You know what a dragon say about palate, right? Hard and crunchy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was check the expiration date on the tin can.
That's for mine.
Okay. Are we Mom's Nightmare?
No, we were about to stop in at the local precinct station
Oh, that's right.
because somebody knows somebody there.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah.
It would be Rick, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well,
He had established he was doing it before we broke.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I suppose I could roll on contacting, or someone else could, to try and come up with something. Up to you.
Although he has declined Mr. O'Malley.
Mm-hmm. But it is his stuff, not
Yep.
ours.
well, just because the player isn't here doesn't mean the character isn't here.
Okay.
So
So
I
O'Malley
do try to keep the character safe when the player isn't here. So.
Going to visit someone he knows at this precinct station seems like it should be.
And you talk to the desk sergeant.
Mm-hmm. And he told us the guy we were looking for would be in at a given time.
Right,
I
you got
think
there
like
too
another
early.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We were
they
going
went
to
off
Go
for-
away and circle back, maybe.
We went down and had breakfast at the boat.
Oh, right. Yes. Figuring
Was
these
it
have
at the
been
boat or at the
all-
club?
Was it-
Because I think
Oh no, you're right. It was the club.
Right.
Because
because
the
I
club was
think I
closer.
noticed
Yeah. They,
Yeah.
they
That
had
Simon
made eggs
was
when
up
you were on
early.
the boat, but yes,
Some
you went to
people
the.
wanted more breakfast and
and coffee.
Oh, yes, I was going to say you can always use more coffee after staying up all night. Interesting night, I'll give it that.
See, it's worthwhile to stay up all night.
Sometimes it is.
They looked at Simon in significant surprise.
Well,
Oh yeah.
yes, because well, I mean, the only time you're awake at that hour is if you've been up all night.
Or if
You
you've
probably,
got some
you know,
weird
yeah.
ritual thing that requires
I
starting
suppose.
at dawn or something. But I expect he arranges that for that to happen as rarely as he can possibly
I would think
can.
so. Yes.
Just reschedule Dawn.
Yeah. Well,
How much do you need to bribe the sun to come up a little later?
all you gotta
Can't
do
that.
is teleport yourself to a different time zone, and it can be dawn whenever you want.
That's the thought.
Or have some fake paper so you can be done whenever you want.
That works better for you
Yeah.
than me.
Okay, I got a worse one, but I'm not gonna say it.
Thank you.
I am reminded of one of Asimov's worst puns, only connection being the name Dawn. But I think I'll leave that one out too.
So we have had breakfast and coffee, plenty of coffee, and so time has passed. Are we heading back to the precinct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tag along. So, Simon, how's it coming on that rituals?
Which one, Annie?
The one that allows the guy to move out of my airship.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Now,
don't know. We
Well,
haven't
he's,
said any.
he's almost done with planning to begin.
No, I have a ritual. I just have to explain the drawback to the guy.
Okay. After a full night's sleep.
Yes.
Maybe we can make a nice little house for him on Mars or something. Don't put him there.
The technical challenges would be interesting, but
I think we could probably find a more habitable place than that. If he wants to be alone.
Well, you guys haven't really spent time on Mars. I mean, you spent a tiny amount of time on Mars,
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
but really,
one
We
of the
didn't-
places
you, like,
we
dug a
pretended
hole
we were
and-
Yeah, we
hiding
didn't.
something.
We didn't tour the
No.
canals or
No.
anything like that.
Mhm.
yes, that's what I'm saying. You spent a tiny amount of
Mhm.
time on Mars.
We should go back.
Well, we should check out the Green Man and the Red Man. I don't know.
Refit the submarine again as a spaceship,
Yep.
and you can go there.
Well, we think we're done with all that ocean stuff anyways, aren't we?
I sure hope so.
Yes, you're completely done with all ocean stuff.
Hmm.
Oh
For
yeah.
now.
Um,
We just have to quit alternating between the two.
Yeah, that is a problem.
well,
I don't have anything for you.
So, O'Malley, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Patrolman O'Malley,
Patrol.
who is very smart.
But seems to be on
I thought it
somebody's
was
bad
inspector.
side.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There was discussion, and I don't remember how it was resolved. I suppose we could go into YouTube and check the list.
That's true.
I
Check
don't
the
think-
tapes.
I don't think it's that critical.
So, you get back to the precinct house, and it's the same desk sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't switched over. And he says, "Ah, yes, you're looking for O'Malley.
we are.
I'll get him for you."
Thank
you.
you, sir.
And he yells back into the rear area there. "Hey, O'Malley, there's some people here for you."
You want to jump up here, don't you? You can see it in your eyes.
He waits a few beats. "O'Malley, get up here!"
I'm not certain she'll jump. You might have
While
to
this
pick
is
her up.
going on, look over the most wanted posters just for curiosity.
Okay.
See if you recognize anybody.
Well, I don't think I'm on there.
Yeah, you're not on any of them.
No,
None of the group members are on any of the wanted posters.
Well, there is this big wanted poster with a big black spot, big black square.
No, they wouldn't put a wanted poster with absolutely no information on it other than wanted.
Wanted. We don't know what he looks like. We don't know how tall he is.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't make a wanted poster like that. Nobody would be able to find you.
We have no name,
Yeah,
no description.
Well,
but we know that he keeps moving train cars. You know, I mean,
the nice thing about this is if you find anyone who can move train cars, they fit the description.
yeah, So, after the second time he yells back there, yes, O'Malley shows up. "Yes, what can I be doing for you?" And he notices Rick and says, "Oh, hi, Rick. How have you been?"
The two of them probably
Which
chit
Rick
chat.
probably says
Yeah, I mean,
something
they
like,
talk
"Oh,
about
busy,
how
busy."
they've been and how things have been going, and wow, that was a really bad roll. So that
And
was
then,
unfortunately that was Rick's rapport roll.
Mhm.
oh,
What is Rick's rapport? He actually just do something very bad. Resolve resources. Oh, wow. He doesn't appear to have it on his pyramid.
okay.
Report?
Let's see.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Well,
Well, he just rolled a -4.
Oh, dear.
He's gonna use a fate point then to re-roll.
I suppose he will, yes. Could we mark that down, somebody?
oh, use one of his own. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I
That
think
would
he'll
be...
forgive us for
Well, that's better.
taking a dismal roll.
-2.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Minus, 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 plus instead of minus, minus, minus,
Want to
minus.
see see any kind of a bonus for this?
Um,
Can you, like,
the
tag when he
person
knows
is
the guy?
already.
I mean, it's already a contact, so I'm gonna make him spend another fate point. Because really, if I don't care how much this guy likes him,
If the Rick starts off with, "Why the heck is
Yeah.
my boat safe?"
yeah. I mean,
He doesn't talk to this guy about his boat
abysmal
because
or terrible.
this precinct doesn't cover
There,
the dock.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, so
Port Authority covers the dock.
Rick has mentioned the fact that you're looking for somebody who might be wanted by the law,
Yeah.
and we have a picture of him, don't we? A drawing.
Yeah.
I
picture?
have 2 pictures.
Okay.
And a name.
Yes.
Well,
Not obviously, it's not his legal name.
And a
right,
nickname.
but yeah.
And a handle.
Yeah.
Street name.
Yeah. And so we were wondering if you could tell us anything about him,
And where he might be located.
where he might be.
Or where he used to hang out.
Why he's taking protection money from all of the people along mentioned the area.
We don't know all of them. We haven't checked, but
So,
sounds like at least some of them.
O'Malley spends 15 seconds thinking about this.
Take your time.
You don't want him standing there for half an hour. What is going on over there? Whatever it is, I don't like it. Yeah.
Dissension within the ranks.
Yeah.
Better than ranks within the dissensions.
Yeah, who was it who said I don't like anarchy? It's too hard to get ahead.
I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of looks like and sort of sounds like someone who used to work for Big Tony.
Mm-hmm. Well, that tracks. Think we pull out some mug book and we might maybe find him.
Sure, we can try that.
So isn't Big Tony kind of left or something?
Yeah.
But he left some people behind. I guess?
Actually, they all cleared out.
Oh,
I mean, they were gone. They've been gone for months.
okay. And he came back.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, like cockroaches, you know.
No.
So, O'Malley pulls out a mug book and starts, flipping through it, looking for. Unfortunately, O'Malley doesn't have patrons.
One of us could be looking over his shoulder as he flips through the book.
Okay.
All of us could.
Yeah, I'm probably the best for the job.
All right. Make an academics roll.
Okay.
Please make one better than he did.
Oh, I figured it was perception.
I was
No, you're searching for something in a
okay.
book.
okay.
It's research.
Yeah, you're doing
Okay.
research basically.
Okay.
So it's not
Yeah,
academic
that
knowledge.
was-
It's
That would be quite decent, fantastic.
all right. So
Besides.
you reach over, and there's multiple mug books,
Right.
and you go. I bet that one is better
Uh-huh.
for what we're looking for. And so he says, "Well, maybe you're right," and he puts the one that he's been looking through back and pulls out that one.
Try page 15.
The one he was looking at, for some reason, is labeled 1900 to 1905.
Ah,
So, it's not the right one.
That could be less than useful.
Yeah. All right. So that's much better. So he starts flipping through it, and yes,
It would mean that the shadow had gotten an early start. 6 years old, and already he's had his mug taken.
yes. All right. So we find, yes, this is Scarface. It's a picture of Scarface, and has a name and a reference number to a file. The name is very non-Italian sounding. It's William Johnson.
Okay.
Sounds like he's either had a wonderful time with INS.
Yeah, a lot of immigrants who came in had their names changed if the officer.
Agent was feeling like
Couldn't
it.
pronounce them and couldn't spell them.
Yeah, it's if he couldn't pronounce it or couldn't spell it, he would just put down something extremely Brown, Johnson, Smith. A lot of Smiths ended up coming into the United States. Good American name, yeah. Anyway, so all right, so the file number on here tells me where to look for his file, at least.
Cool.
So he goes back into the file room.
That's gonna be bad.
One end of a battery sticking to something.
Yes. That would explain why it wasn't producing much light on the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and he comes back with this weird look on his face, like he's very puzzled. And the file folder he has, it says William Johnson and has the matching file number on it. Because obviously there's more than one William Johnson in their files. I don't know how this happened, and he opens the file folder
It's empty.
and it's empty. This is, I mean, there's not supposed to be a file with nothing in it. That's not supposed to happen.
Well, that either
Something
means
not
one of
through
two
ahead
things.
of us.
Either someone snuck in here and took this, or somebody here in the forest was paid to take it.
Well,
I hope
mean,
the
we
first,
don't let
we don't
people into the
plenty of
file
stuff.
room. I mean, it has to be a police officer on official police business. There's a guy who sits right there at the door and doesn't. I mean, he's not going to let you in, for instance.
I giggle slightly. Chuckle.
What's funny? He just wouldn't. Anyway,
I agree. He would not let him in.
yeah, and there's somebody at that door literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even on Christmas. There's somebody there guarding that room because it's very important that we have our files.
So is a file the only place that would have known associates and those sorts of information?
Yeah, I mean, we only keep one file per precinct on somebody. There might be a file in a different precinct if he was committing crimes over there as well.
Is there a file on Big Tony?
Oh, there must be. Yeah, I mean, he was basically in charge of the Italian mob.
Well, I'd like to see that empty folder.
What do you mean
Yeah.
empty folder?
It's going to be empty too.
What was the name of the guy
May
that
not
was
be
collecting
maybe
money?
a new
Oh,
job.
We aren't Keystone Cops here.
I
We
don't
aren't
think
a
that's-
joke.
I don't think that's what he meant. It's just that we have dealt with some very exceptionally talented people in the past. And so we get used to the impossible happening.
Fine.
Let's see. Did you write down the name? Because I thought we had gotten the name.
Which name? What name?
The person that was being paid the protection.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
We
did.
got his name. I just didn't write it down.
Okay, neither did I, because I take all horrible notes.
Oh, I thought Rick wrote it down. He's not here.
Yeah, it'll be funny if no snow actually falls by the time we break.
Well, they had pushed it from 7 to 8 p.m., so
Yeah, I know. They pushed it late. What the very first time I saw it, it was 6 that it was supposed to be starting, and then they pushed it to 7. And then
Oh,
I still expect snow by morning.
yeah,
Yeah, but whether we'll get snow on 30 is another question.
I wouldn't mind that.
Is
so he comes back.
it? Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is even weirder. So there's one piece of paper in this folder. And written on it is ha 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 ha.
Yup, we're dealing with somebody really
What the hell?
obnoxiously sneaky here.
Well,
Hey, Rick, what was the name of that guy again who was collecting the money?
I would say that it would probably be a good idea at this point to get a list of the names with empty folders, since they seem to be leaving the folders. Whoever did it probably did it all at once. Picked up Big Tony, picked up one of his underlings, so
He
if he picked up 2 big folders,
Might have gone for more. That's a good
Mhm.
point.
and well, by now the fingerprints won't happen on those folders, but
You know, it's worth a check. Even somebody who's really good screws up once in a while, but I wouldn't hold out much hope.
yeah, I am concerned with the number of people that go through the files. I mean,
Yeah.
the paper has a chance of having fingerprints because no one opened it up until now in all likelihood because, well,
If they had,
They
they would have
would've
gone,
put-
what is this doing in
Yeah.
here?
yes, so the paper probably just has your fingerprints, but if they were really sloppy, which is unlikely, it might have other fingerprints.
Let's see now. They got into a room that has a guard on it 24/7.
And
Yep.
it's locked as
That's
well.
locked.
Yeah,
Yes.
So they're going to be stupid enough to leave their fingerprint. Why don't you ask them to sign their name?
I believe I said it was unlikely.
It's not worth pursuing.
It's worth trying. If
it's
nothing
not
else,
like
I'll-
fingerprint
But
powder
in
is
any
terribly
case,
expensive.
if only to see what
Somebody
they're
is,
trying.
somebody is going to be assigned the task of going through every single file in there to find which ones are
Empty.
empty.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately have a feeling I know who that's going to be.
I'm
But
sorry.
yes, it's probably going to be me.
Why is that? You don't want to bring it to everyone's attention.
Yes.
Yes!
You're the hero.
Oh,
I'm the troublemaker.
That is how it works.
Messengers. get
I
shot
wish
a lot.
I wish it was that the way that you were describing it. I really do. It isn't. No, I'm gonna be the troublemaker. I'm gonna be the one who caused the problem. Because there wasn't a problem before I brought it up, and now there's a problem.
No, I won't. I was trying to decide how dangerous it would be for Annie to take on the boring task of going through the folders. Considering I have the aspect dangerous when bored, I'm not going to volunteer to help.
Okay.
On the other hand, if he wants to have a go at checking that page for fingerprints now, I mean, but they should certainly have the equipment.
Yes.
Bet your money they don't find anything.
No takers,
takers.
but it's worth a few
Fine.
minutes.
It just takes a few minutes. Yes.
Yes.
Let me go get a fingerprinting kit. Come back. Okay.
Put some momentum there.
Why am I rolling like this tonight?
I was about to ask. You want me to? duplicate?
Low or high?
Low. I'm rolling very badly. I can't let you do this. This is official police equipment. I can't let you deal with it.
Okay. No.
Okay. I have security clearances and stuff.
Oh, really? Listen, little girl. I don't want to hear about your security clearances.
Okay.
I'll whisper you. I'm gonna pull a gun on him.
You do not get any of this.
So,
Oh, hi there. You gonna help me
he
play?
takes quite a long time. And eventually, he gets it fingerprinted.
Mm,
And the only fingerprints are his
yeah,
on the piece of paper.
you were right.
And he goes to the
Unfortunately,
folder,
I'm not shocked.
tries that as well.
Mm,
And he'll
And-
have more fingerprints.
Yeah, there's a lot of fingerprints on.
Those are
the-
yours. Those
mostly
are
very
yours.
small.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
You don't know everyone who's been
but
in
they're
there.
all like right on the tab.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah.
So,
It's not
yeah,
like
and they're
this.
all smudged.
yeah, that one might be recoverable, but doubtful.
Other than mine, none of these are.
Useful.
And I know what my fingerprints look like. That's
Mhm.
the clear ones are mine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's that.
Well,
I am sorry that we brought this to
Oh,
you.
sure, that's fine.
I bet a Fat Sal's is empty too.
They may not have had a file on much of a file on him.
Why not?
Not his precinct.
Yeah, but if
He's
he was
part of the
committing
family.
crimes,
Which he
If
was.
he was implicated in crimes
Yeah.
committed here,
Yeah,
then
he probably
there
would
might
have
have
at
been a
least been
file.
suspected of a number of things, even though he had a nice place out on, was it out on Long Island?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he committed crimes all over the city.
So he comes back, and actually, it's a giant, thick file. I mean, it's
Nobody
just
bothered with that one. I wonder
ridiculously
why.
thick.
okay.
Well, that's because he's dead.
That would
That Sal is
like it.
dead?
I heard the Chinese got him.
Okay. Interesting.
Couldn't
Don't mess
say
with those
for
yellow
sure,
devils.
but
I thought it was Big Tony that the Chinese got.
No, Big Tony is.
No, Big Tony is the younger guy, the one that you brought to
Yeah.
Yan Li.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I get my Italian gangsters mixed up. Big Tony's to put.
Okay. Anyway, so
Yeah,
I
got
mean,
Big Tony. Fat Sal.
I don't know if you want to go through.
Are we allowed to? We'd like to.
I can. I mean,
We
if you want to look over my shoulder, you can
Sure.
do that.
All right.
I'd love to.
you
The
know,
file can't
some of
leave
the,
the police
some of the
station, can it?
small fry might
No,
be mentioned.
Absolutely not.
So I'll get out my notebook. So.
All right,
No.
so
Anybody who has like a really good memory should be looking at this too.
I am.
So there's a big section that is ordered by date.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
The first thing in there is marked 1807.
Wow.
Started young.
He started it. I mean, he must have been like what, -50 or something. How nobody is. I mean, he'd be.
116 if you were still around.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
If
like
that
that.
was the year he was born. I mean,
Nah, I think he was born in 1800.
so he'd be 124.
Yeah. Well, he's a
Nobody is 124.
pretty- Yeah, I bet somebody who's 124.
I don't know.
However,
However,
He's in London.
okay.
He's pretty spry.
Oh, you're somebody you know who's probably that old.
We
Yes.
met him at the Century Club
Yeah.
Sherlock.
in London.
Yeah, Sherlock.
I mean, so like I saw Fat Sal like 3 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he was 121 at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of gray and had lost a bunch of hair.
Well,
Wasn't in good shape.
There should be pictures as we go through, and we'll see.
Okay. Anyway, so 1807, he was caught for shoplifting
As a minor.
as a minor.
Which means he wasn't born in 1807. He was born before that.
Yes.
What the dates?
Unless he's shoplifting on his birthday. You know.
The day he was born, his mother hid something in his diaper, and he was the one charged. No. So yes, and he was sent to a foster home, and
So he was on the streets as an orphan at that time?
it doesn't say that here.
Doesn't
It just
say.
says that he was sent to a foster home.
Okay.
It could be that they deemed his home situation
Unsuitable.
unsuitable.
Okay.
Like if there
A
was
lot of
suspicion they were
Italians in
sending
that
out
time were having
people.
very large families,
Mm,
and they couldn't really take care of all their kids.
mm.
So,
And it's academics as we read over his shoulder.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's the next thing is from 1811. And he apparently tried to mug somebody using a knife.
Mm.
Still a minor.
Still a minor.
I got a good on my academics as we're going through this.
And so
I got a good academic
let's
also.
go through it.
Yeah.
There are no pictures from 1807 or 1811. In
I'm
case
not
you were
surprised.
wondering,
I'm not surprised by that.
there's not even like a drawing in there.
I'm guessing it'll get to about 1850s before we get pictures.
Yes.
So
So
the arrest record, it would have an age. of the
Yeah, but
perpetrator.
it won't be consistent.
both of them say unspecified minor, unspecified age minor.
Hmm.
So 1807 and 1811.
It'll be interesting to see how far it goes still claiming he's a minor.
So apparently at age 16, he tried to rob a bank.
Okay.
Because in 1816, if you're right that he was born in 1800, then he tried to rob a bank. And he actually made it out of the bank before getting captured.
Do they say how much he made off with?
He didn't make off with it.
Well,
he
Right,
got
but I mean,
captured
like,
after
what
he left the
how-
bank.
what he had on him
Yeah,
when he was captured.
$2,000.
Kind of small when you're going for
Not
that.
at that time.
Oh,
period.
right.
Not that
Now
time
we're
period.
In
work
1816?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a whole hell of a lot of money.
It's like 200,000 now.
so yes, as time goes on, it seems like he keeps getting these bigger and bigger crimes.
Okay.
When was the first picture of him?
We haven't found it yet.
Okay.
We're up to 1816. So yeah, we get through some more. I mean, he finally isn't a minor anymore. But it's still not specifying his age for some reason.
Well, he had no reason to tell the truth about that, right?
Yeah, but they,
and
if
there
you
were-
lied
yeah, I
about
mean,
it,
it's-
they'd have something,
Well,
even if it was wrong.
a lot of people didn't have any birth documents. So how are you going to tell exactly
Yeah.
how old someone is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do what they did back in the Middle Ages. That was kind of ridiculous.
Actually, he probably wasn't born in 1800.
Yeah.
1799.
Ah,
Right.
December
What is it?
31st,
What is it?
1799.
1 minute before midnight
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
still.
Just missed the new century.
Well, I thought shadows were just somewhere on December 31st.
Yes.
But day away from the
Yes,
new
yeah.
century.
So, the first drawing
Mhm.
was in 1821, where he was running an extortion scheme. Basically, it was a protection racket. And he looks like an adult. I mean, doesn't look underage at all. He looks like, a 21-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at what age?
It was in 1821.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that was only 101 years ago. 103 years ago. sorry.
103 years, yeah.
Still him.
But yeah, I mean, you could, looking at that drawing, it's probably, I mean, you've seen Fat Sal.
Mhm.
You've seen did you see Fat Sal?
I
Mm.
think so. I'm not certain.
Okay. But the people who have seen Fat Sal go, okay, that was him before he got fat.
Mhm.
In 1821,
He
he
wasn't.
was
fat.
much smaller
Yeah.
than he was the last time
You
saw
can
him.
recognize the bone structure and something
Yeah.
about the eyes. The same guy when he was young and skinny.
Yep.
Actually, his name is O'Brien, and he's a two-striper.
Okay.
Oh.
Not O'Malley.
Not O'Malley, O'Brien.
Okay.
At least you got the oval, right?
Oh, were you looking through the
I think he just got
Did
a
you text?
message from
ah?
Pat. The wonders of modern communication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Senior patrolman.
Senior patrolman.
I
remembered the
He was a
patrolman part.
patrolman.
He
Doesn't
had a
have a
captain or
desk
an
job.
inspector or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Which means he's probably going to actually be able to pawn this research job off on somebody else.
Depends.
Because it's going to have to go up the ladder, and like I said, I'm the troublemaker. Oh my, woof.
You guys, you guys know, boy. You guys.
Yes, we're pandering to dog lovers here. Anybody who likes dogs.
There you go.
Everyone not in the postal service.
Right.
Or delivering newspapers.
A lot less of that nowadays.
That's true. Sign of the times.
Senior Patrolman O'Brien. So as we go on, I mean, he keeps committing crimes, and getting arrested for them. About 1845, he keeps committing crimes, getting arrested for them, but somehow he's never convicted after this point of anything. And we get to about 1870, and he looks like he's about. There's an actual picture of him, a photograph, and he looks like he's about 40.
Yeah, well, he's just
This is not a 70-year-old man. What the heck?
he's just aging well.
Or it's always
No, at this point he
possible-
has actually put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
First picture was 1870, you said?
Yes, first actual photograph.
Matches a drawing.
1845 was
Minus
the
the
drawing.
weight.
Yes, 1845 was a drawing, as was the very first one was 1821.
Now, it's always possible somebody looked a lot like him, possibly a relative, pulled off some sort of trick, and what we've got is the record of two different guys.
Yeah, but they
one
would've-
together. I'm just saying it's possible.
And the thing is, this is the last thing in here. He wasn't arrested for anything after 1870, apparently.
Nah. Pity, because what I was hoping
So-
for is suspected associates.
Yeah,
Small fry that might still be around.
Do we have
Oh,
any
wow.
associates listed, especially about the time that it started being extortion and such? Because there's a good 35 years, right? Let's see, 25 years between
Well, the first time he
1845, which is starts avoiding the conviction, and 1870.
stops even getting arrested
Arrested.
for anything,
Yeah.
which is not right because I know he was in charge of a crime syndicate.
Evidently, he was good at finding underlings to take the blame or something. I don't know.
Anyway, yes, there are various known associates.
Okay.
Or he had friends in high places.
Unfortunately possible.
Over that long a period, it'd have to be switching friends.
Yeah, I mean from 1870 to now, that's 54 years. I don't know. I mean, how would you 54 years ago, if he has a known associate, that person's going to be dead by now. Unless they were very young at the time. I mean, a 20-year-old or something. This just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand this file at all.
Well, you could just tell your higher ups that that one wasn't empty.
Oh, yay!
Try and
Instead, it's
that
really
back.
confusing.
Are you required to
suspect-
find out?
No, I'm not required to point out if a file doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I suspect the evidence that this is. I suspect that this is all still here as evidence that he is indeed dead, but
In any case,
we might as well
any,
find out what we
any-
can about
Well,
it.
it's not a very useful file because nothing after 1870
is there.
is there.
But he is going to.
And there would be at least, surveillance reports or something.
So, when you saw him 3 years ago, how close was he looking to this photograph here in 1870?
Well, there he looks like he's
the
in
40s.
his 40s. The last time I saw him, he looked like he was about 80. So yeah, he could have died of old age since then.
No, he's not going to die of old age.
In any case,
Why do you keep saying things like this? He's not going to die of old age. Everybody dies eventually.
Oh, he was a gangster. He's gonna make somebody mad at him. He's gonna get killed.
Well, he's in semi-retirement, I thought.
Well, I suspect with the death of Big Tony that maybe he's not anymore.
in any case,
All of his men left town.
Yeah.
We have no idea where they went either. They didn't like move to Chicago. We would have heard.
Hmm.
Makes me wonder if the Chinese were more efficient than I gave them credit for.
Always possible.
Since I happen to know the woman who's running that right now. I use the word woman loosely.
Oh, now you can call her a woman, all right. Calling her a lady is another class.
Well, I'm going to put this file back and just try to forget it.
What's that?
It makes no sense.
Okay.
Yeah, we should have Rick invite you to the Century Club. We still have some of our liquor left over. And maybe you should have a drink. After duty, of course.
Yeah, I don't drink on duty, obviously.
Yeah, that would, that would be, I think, the least we could do.
Yes.
It does seem like the sort of troubles that might leave somebody feeling like they could use a drink.
All right. Well, did you need anything else?
I think we've
I think we've
gotten
gotten
to-
what is useful here, although we would be very interested in the list of empty folders.
Yes.
yeah, if
Okay.
you're willing
If-
to
if
forward
that-
a copy
It's gonna
of
take.
that.
It's
Yeah.
gonna take a
It's gonna take a
long
long
time.
time.
There's a lot of folders in that room.
Mm,
Yep.
But we would have interest in the list. Folks.
Okay.
Probably best to just leave word at the Century Club.
And if I find any more of them that have like a sheet of paper that says ha 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 or anything
Or
like that,
other-
I'll let you know
yeah,
about those.
unkind
Yes.
I'll put like
notes,
special
yes.
notes or whatever.
Sure,
Okay.
that would be very helpful. We'll make sure that
So just out of curiosity, I imagine that at least some of your forensic work is done by contractor. What does it take to become a contractor for the police?
All of our forensic work is done in house.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I've heard that
Yeah.
that the Bureau of Investigation will occasionally at a field office contract out.
Okay.
But we have people working for the city who do all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Because in Chicago, there's this forensic guy by the name of Barry Allen.
Not yet.
Right, Jay Garrett.
Yeah, Chair Garrett. I would agree with.
anyway.
Well, I know who Barry Allen is. I don't know who.
the first
Silver
Flash.
Edge.
The
The
Golden
Silver
Age.
Edge. Or the
Golden
Age.
Yeah, the Golden Age Flash.
I always get the ages mixed up because
Golden
they don't
Age
make
was
any
first.
difference, any sense to me.
It's
with-
like it is loosely based on the old Greek stuff about the ages of the world, where the Golden Age was in the far past. And
Okay.
everything since then was worse.
Superman.
So we must be in the lead age.
Something like that. Yes.
Well,
I'm inclined to think we're probably in the ceramic composite age.
Okay.
well, let's see. It was the Golden Age, then it was the Silver Age, then it was the Bronze Age, then it was the Dark Age,
What was the 70s called?
it was Bronze Age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it became
And
the
then-
dark Age became in the 80s. I'm a little behind on my ages now. But
In any
I
case.
wouldn't know.
So once we've left,
Mm-hmm.
I will find a phone box
Okay.
and dial the number for. Is it the number for the warehouse where I usually contact Hawk to get permission? use John Doe's?
Yeah, either Hawk or
Or
sometimes
Betty.
Betty.
Okay, I will dial that number.
Okay, as for walking out of the police station, though, before we get to the phone,
Yeah.
I want to say, wouldn't it be worthwhile to have us go into the file room and search ourselves? Maybe speed things up.
It would probably be faster, but I'm not sure we want to open up that.
No, we're not going to tell them we're going to do it. We're just going to do it.
Let's see what else is possible without
I
that.
Annie wants to try an alternate means of investigation, an alternate means of research first.
But yes, that,
Well, using John Doe's facility seems like a good idea. I'm just saying that.
I am not saying no. I am saying let's see what else we can do first.
Sure. If
I have-
you do decide to sneak back in, I'll be happy to come with you and walk through
I
files.
believe that your methods will be very effective and very fast and
Not seeing the downside.
very illegal.
Well, yes, you would be violating several laws.
Gosh darn it.
I know you don't really care about that.
Never what my spirit
I don't
is.
even care much
Yes.
about that myself, as long as
Well,
nobody gets hurt. But
I'm not exactly a pillar of honesty and stuff.
Yes.
However,
However, you know of someplace that
is
is probably
likely
got
to
more
have
information than this
Yeah,
police precinct
I
file
sus-
room does.
I suspect that the New York precinct file rooms, what we would find that would be of any use to us would be the list of empty folders or folders with
nasty little note.
nasty notes in them.
well, also we won't get the attitude.
Yeah, they're. But that. Jack's
No,
method
I can-
also would not. We would not be dealing with the
I can-
attitude of
I
the
can
police because
believe
they
that-
wouldn't know we were there.
Okay.
But you feel like we should try other
Anyways,
methods first? Yeah.
Basically, it's not yet. Let's at least give it the date. Are you
Okay.
awake?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
I just I say we go to John Doe's research facility and check there because
Yeah.
I'm betting
that's
that
what
I
I'm-
bet nobody broke into that one.
I believe that to be much
Or if
more
somebody-
secure than any
yeah.
police station or
Yeah.
I
probably
expect,
several federal facilities
Yeah.
in the state.
I expect John Doe's
Come on. His
warehouse
security is only great.
Okay.
which will still be better than not only anything the
Well,
New
then he's
York
been in
police
higher
have.
security
Yeah,
places.
Right. But it'll be better than anything the FBI branch office has.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, the director of that office's most secret locked desk drawer might possibly have a great lock and a good alarm.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes, well, whatever it is that my phone is using for weather reference claims, 90% chance of snow at 9 p.m. and 100% at midnight.
Okay. So, at
Yes,
this
it's-
point, we're
Yep.
all headed towards the phone booth, I guess.
Yep. And
By
definitely
the
let someone
time
other
it
than
became
me
a lair,
place the call.
the security went from good to great.
Because if it's Hawk rather than Betty, he's probably still annoyed at me, and I don't blame him.
Betty was annoyed at you too.
But not quite as personal.
It wasn't just personal.
It was not. Okay, so you call the warehouse.
Yes.
Let's see. I have to look for a specific piece of paper now, unfortunately. Which is great.
I was
because-
planning to go there anyway, so.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just, I'm glad we went to the precinct because we found out that they've been,
Rubbed.
that they've been infiltrated the normal law
Infiltrate.
enforcement.
Could be infiltrated or could just be somebody with
Amazing powers of burglary.
That means they're
had some
infiltrated.
stealth.
Or disguise.
Hey, so yeah, stealth or disguise, right? That's true.
I can do both.
Yeah.
Could be. But either would likely be able to get past the guard.
Yeah, just disguising yourself well enough as the precinct
I wasn't
captain,
looking
for
for this particular
example,
piece of
would
paper.
make
Police
it
division.
easier. Yes.
The police commissioner would not be a good idea because that would be remembered. You
Yeah,
would really
true. And
want
if checking later showed that, wait a minute, he was someplace else at the same time, that
Why
Tuesday.
they'd have to have a reason to check though,
yes.
True.
which you have not provided one, so I don't
Yes.
see that being
Not
an issue.
I am just
Okay, you
dealing
want to
with
know where the
normal
snow
risk.
is?
Wait,
Maple Grove, Brooklyn Park, Golden Valley.
Just creeping north of the river.
Minnesota River. Right.
Really?
okay.
Oh my. That's good.
Well, in that case, I
Ah,
can. I can
hey!
And if we zoom out a ways, we get this picture.
Wow, there's a hole over the Twin Cities.
Ah,
So it's to the north and to the
No,
south,
I like that.
to the east and to the west.
We're spared right now.
Oh, that means
Right.
my weather machine's working. Okay.
Hey!
You know, it's kind of like Eden Prairie to Minneapolis to St. Paul is where
Yeah.
that coal is.
Okay.
So it's just weird that it's not snowing here.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a microclimate sort of a thing.
Uh-huh.
It's the city heat's too hot for it.
yeah, that's what
Well,
I was thinking.
Heat
too.
dome.
Well, yeah, if I zoom in a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, and I suspect that
Okay. Yeah.
that hole is probably closing from the southwest, so that in another half hour to an hour we'll be getting it.
Yeah.
But that's just a hunch.
So, the person who answers the phone, it rings for quite a while.
Okay.
The person who answers the phone says, "Hello, this is Jacques."
That's one of our researchers, I believe, right? Hello, Jack. This is Annie.
Oh, yes, Annie.
Is research facility still under upgrade or whatever? Or?
As a matter of fact, a whole new project has been started.
Okay.
Yes.
Should be done in about
I
2
see.
months.
2 months.
Okay, so it's filling
Is it
in from the
a
southeast.
usable
but
wall
still.
project is in process or not?
Yeah, we're gonna get snow soon.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Or should I be
unfortunately-
talking with someone
son of a
else?
Unfortunately, it is. Yes, it is sort of in transit.
In transit. Oh,
Well.
Okay.
I
this isn't the place to be talking
Oh,
about
oh,
details.
fine. Okay.
But I am hearing that it is not currently
It is not currently usable.
Usable.
Hmm.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. That's okay. I just thought I would ask.
Hmm.
And
We need to
then
go back to plan A.
in French, say the vie, this in French.
Au
We have
revoir.
an
Au revoir is
Au revoir.
ordinary.
Yeah, c'est la vie means that's life.
Well,
Which
actually,
might say
that's
that
also
Okay.
appropriate. And then a au revoir.
Yeah.
Brett does not speak French.
Yeah. No, neither do I, but I know those two things.
So.
We.
Oui. And no.
A pleasant goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds
Deep
like
is-
a stack of plant
or
bread.
que
Beef is
sera,
beef.
sera.
That's
What may
Yeah.
be, may be.
Yes. And hang up and give the group the news that evidently the research materials are not currently available.
It's certainly useful for a research facility.
Yeah.
It's not my facility, so I have nothing to complain about.
I didn't say it was yours.
So, the newspapers
Oh, that
probably
wouldn't
haven't
stop
been
me
stolen
from
out of
complaining.
every single library.
That's true.
We can.
And in fact, the Century Club has a fairly decent research library that would have many of the newspapers.
Yep.
So, do
Or-
we try the Century Club or? Do
I
we
try that first. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go to different police departments. And we're gonna have to make our way into the file room and check the file for ourselves. I'd rather not do that first.
At least doing the footwork first will give you a list of names to check.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
everyone's
some
gonna go.
idea what
Everyone's gonna do
precincts are better.
research. Everybody's
Sure.
gonna check each other's work.
Okay.
Or divide things up somehow.
The research sounds interesting.
Sure. But
Sounds like a really
So-
honor to me, but but if you find something, it'll be useful. Knowledge is power. So hey,
Yeah, the way I do like stunt upgrades, I actually take the time. So I just got my Stately Pleasure Dome
Uh-huh.
stunt. So that's raising the quality to.
Oh,
Okay, well,
That's why it's
I-
under construction at the moment.
I
Helps to
haven't been
look
doing
into
that
it.
on things that were under destruction. I have still been willing to use them while under destruction. If I
well,
shouldn't, just tell me.
no, that's fine for the most part. If you can do a story reason why that's true, Then
Upgrading
that's fine.
equipment.
Yeah.
Mine isn't as complicated as what he's upgrading.
yeah. I mean, it's taking up a lot more room.
Mhm.
There was no room where he had it, no extra room. So he made another space.
dug a hole?
Yeah, basically. There's now a basement to the warehouse. I think you saw the elevator
Yep.
when he was starting.
Yep.
But now the whole thing is going downstairs.
So,
So,
research is academics, right?
it is academic, yeah.
Well, I already had my one good roll for the night. So.
Well,
Is it time for us to roll that academics?
sure. It doesn't really take you much time to get back to the Century Club.
Ooh,
They're very nice.
yes, and
I actually got something decent. Let's see. So that would be good.
better than nothing. Great
Uh,
academics roll.
We
Okie
are.
dokie. So,
We
in
are-
cases like this, you have to tell me what it is you're trying to research. You need to give me an area or a specified question.
Okay.
You can't just say,
Um,
I'm doing research.
I am trying to find known associates of Fat Sal and Big Tony.
You want
ass.
Scarface too.
Yeah.
But he was supposed to be a known associate of those
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Well, you have his real name. William
yes.
Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy in particular, but
I am trying
any
to come
known
up with a list of
associates
known
who haven't
associates.
who haven't left town might possibly know a little something.
Let's see. And just a moment.
I say might possibly because I acknowledge the possibility that everyone who actually knows something has either left town or is already dead. But still, there's the hope.
So yes, the research library is on the second floor and is of great quality.
So that limits the possible results.
It does, but
Okay.
great is still,
Great is great enough.
yeah.
Well, I was just trying to decide if I spend or not, and since I am right now at good, I guess it would be a time increment off, wouldn't it?
Well, I am going to do my research on locations.
Ah.
That is a good one.
That
So,
the
yeah, I'm
Italians
going to spend. They're all the right notebook.
Okay.
Like how many time increments do I get to save?
Maximum 4, I think.
No, he has stunts which
He
reduce
has
time.
stunts that reduce it.
Ah.
Huh?
So he
And in fact, if he was doing research in John Doe's library, there
Gary!
are stunts that were used in building the library that would reduce it even more.
He basically walks into the room and hands his answer.
Yeah.
but I am doing Norman Associates.
Well, it does end up being four increments less time.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Three for Akashic research and 1 for walking library.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I am not doing the greatest in terms of my research ability with a wonderful fair roll.
Okay.
And I need to think of a different question than.
No, you don't. You might get different information just from doing it different area.
That's the point.
It's probably more useful if you go for something different than the locations, and maybe you go for specifically this Scarface William Johnson.
Sure. I'll go. Probably more that appearance and connected with the Italian mob, and only look at the names.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the library. I go talk to the Chinese.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
That's
They'll be concerned that
I assume specifically Miss Yen Li.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Not just random Chinese people on the street.
Oh, they all look alike, right? That's all right.
So-
They don't look like, a small woman.
Yeah, I would disagree that they all look.
So would
Yeah,
I.
or
Yeah, you
you're-
lived in China.
It's 1924. You know what their attitudes were. They were terrible.
Yeah, but
Yes,
you sound like
but
you're
I
trying to
also
play
have
back.
World Traveler.
I'm going to start with everything that I can find here about Big Tony Activities and Associates.
All right. Big Tony Activities and Associates.
And that would be a great role.
And I also
And
got
it would take me, what, a couple of minutes?
So let's see. You're looking through newspapers and any books that might have relevant information.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of newspapers. They don't have,
Fish yet?
well, even John Doe's library, I wouldn't call it fiche. It's
this
He's
photo
got
reduced-
automation.
it's photo reduced on cards.
Okay.
They're the same cards they used for the census back then.
The same size cards.
Yeah.
But not actual Hollerith cards.
No.
When they're more advanced than Hollow cards.
Well,
It's actually really genius.
see,
at the time.
these cards, there's perforations on the top edge that mark each card as being, the specific card that it is. And then the information is photo reduced, printed on the physical card itself. The cards are not that sort of cream color. They are very white.
So, when you get to me, let me know.
Okay. You are talking to. You're going to Miss Yen Lee's.
No, first I went to the research library
and you got a fair.
I got a good. I misread.
Oh,
I got
okay.
good. I was going through newspapers and I was just writing down locations that the Italians seem to inhabit.
Okay.
You know, they like the police raided this so and so address, so this so
Right.
and so speakeasy, or this so and so whatever.
looking for hangouts and
Yes.
chronic trouble spots.
Yes,
Okay.
places where the Italian gangsters would.
So, the place that the police always seem to go to when they're looking for people in the Italian mob was Salvatore's. In other words, what's now Mom's Diner.
Yeah.
They seem to assume that they would always find some people there who they were looking for if they were Italian. There were a few other places. If it was a really low-level person, there are some flop houses that are mentioned. Yeah, there are some slightly better, like, rooming houses as well. Apparently, there were 3 of them that seemed to have a disproportionate number of Italian men who were prone to violence. Let's say. So you can write that down. You got 3 addresses for rooming houses, 6 flop houses, and really the biggest place was Salvatore's.
Yeah, well, apparently they didn't like my redecorating.
Well, no, of course not.
And I rolled a great, and I was doing narrow focus on William Johnson, Scarface, looking.
Okay. So obviously the biggest problem there is if you're looking for William Johnson,
Right.
there's
why
a lot of William Johnsons.
That's why I'm looking for people of his description associated with the Italian mob first.
Right.
And whether they say William, whether they mention his name or not.
So he seems to be involved in a lot of like leg breaking kinds of activities.
So he was known as an enforcer. Back
Yeah,
when
that was his basic
Okay.
area. So yeah, you get a dozen different times when he was arrested or questioned in regards to assault cases. The thing is, he seems to have never actually gone to trial because every single time the witness either recanted and
Or
said,
just-
"Oh no, I
I
fell
was
down
wrong.
the stairs," or they just completely disappeared.
Never turned up dead, just recanted or disappeared.
Yeah, those are the 2 things that happen in all 12 different
Wow.
reported cases.
Of course, cases for what? For whom?
Assault, William Johnson
Oh,
committing assault.
So in other words, he was a good enough enforcer that somebody was protecting him. would be my
Apparently so.
thought.
Or he threatened the witness to the point where they backed down.
Or he relocated the witness to the bottom of the East River.
Yeah, I mean, there are ways to make bodies disappear.
Of which the East River is several.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there are places like in New Jersey that you can bury somebody that
Yeah.
no one's going to look.
That's for a long time.
All right, so that's you. That's. Did I first?
Yeah.
All right, I did you.
Well, yep, I got my rooming houses, my flop houses.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the less useful Salvatores.
Right. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I mean, that seems to be in the city, the focus. I mean, that's where when it's round up the usual suspects. If the usual suspects are Italians, that's
Go to
where they
Salvatore's.
went.
Yes, and actually, we do know Fat Sal had quote friends unquote in high places. Remember what we discovered when we were raiding his mansion?
Oh yeah, evidence of very weird parties, to put it mildly.
Yes, which is to say, how much blackmail material?
Well, yes, and there were spy holes
Yeah. Yeah.
in adjoining rooms.
Uh-huh.
It was like set up to create blackmail opportunities.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yes, he had many, many friends with quotes around them in high
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, you have a lot of evidence that that was the case.
So that's probably what happened starting about 1870. Well, probably about 1860, 1865 was when he started it, and it was in full bloom starting about 1870.
And that's why he never again even got arrested.
Right.
Yeah, so all right, so that's you and you. All right, what were you researching?
Big Tony, known associates,
Known
etc.
associates. Okay.
You don't actually have to give me a list of names. You can just tell me I get a list.
You get a list, but it's weird because a lot of them are actually like socialites.
Hope they don't have Cornelia there.
No, but Paris is listed. Like she attended a party that he was at.
Yep.
So, you know, when they talk about a party and they list the guests,
Mhm.
the most prominent guests. He was one of them. She was one of them.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens all the time. I mean, look at what parties Carson goes to now.
Mm-hmm. So she'd obviously be, I mean, if she attended, say, over a 5-year period, attended 6 different parties that he was at as well, you would have to consider her a known associate.
Yep.
I mean, you might want to talk to her and say, did you really know this guy? Or was it just a coincidence that you attended 6 parties in 5 years that he was at?
And that took me how long?
So it's 4 time shifts
Yep.
less, right?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Took you 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Which everybody else is assuming that you didn't actually do any research.
No.
It's
Because you seem to be going to specific
yeah.
newspapers. Out of all these newspapers,
Edgy is kind of assuming it's some mysteries trick.
like a 15-year span of all of the New York City newspapers, you pick
That
this
one,
one,
that
that
one,
one,
that
that
one,
one,
that one, that one, and that one.
and then you spend 4 minutes refreshing your memory, I guess. And you write down, you know, this long list of people.
Ah.
and then I'm going to spend a fate point.
Okay.
I'm consulting the Akashic records.
Okay.
I want to duplicate Big Tony's file.
Big
Tony?
the missing file.
The missing
from the
file
precinct.
from Tony from the precinct.
Okay. So let's see. That would have to be. Well, you can get it. Akashic research can get it from multiple different.
As long as some
As
person
long as
knew it.
somebody has parts of it.
Yep.
Each part of it.
As long
There's
as
nobody who like memorized the whole file.
Yeah, as long as somebody
Not yet.
had the information,
Right.
it doesn't have to be any single person. They don't need to still be alive. And basically, I will just do the automatic writing thing and write it out.
So it's not a big file.
Okay.
He was arrested a total of 3 times
Okay.
in his entire life. He never went to trial. He
I-
does have a list of known associates, which matches some of the known associates that you got. But it's, I mean, just from your knowledge of reading the newspaper, you know he had to have committed more than 3 crimes.
What were the 3 that he was actually arrested for?
There was a blackmail that he was arrested for. There was a drug thing that he apparently was at the place where the drugs were being kept when like there was a big bust, and there was a an alcohol bust. And once again, he was there, and so he was one of the people rounded up and arrested.
Yep.
But he never went to trial
Uh,
in any of those
Yeah.
things, even though he was obviously there.
What was the date of the first arrest?
He would have. Let's see. It would have been 6 years ago. So
Oh, so
seven-
19,
17,
19,
1917.
1918.
1918. Okay.
yeah.
that one could have been somebody crusading, trying really hard to get him and nearly pulling it off.
Well, he got arrested for
Yes.
it.
The other 2, I would suspect, either just
Bad
bad
luck.
luck or he was trying to make some evidence disappear or take something away before the police got there and didn't quite pull it off. Again, don't know if it does us any good.
But it does tell us that Fat Sal was protecting him.
Yeah, very likely.
Well,
Certainly
Tony was
someone
Sal's son.
Yeah, certainly someone was protecting him, and Fat Sal would be the number 1 candidate.
Mhm.
Uh,
Or maybe grandson. You know, I don't think you really know their relationship,
Right.
but it seemed like
Family.
Some was
family.
a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
definitely a
people
family thing.
Yes. I know what you want. There's nothing up there.
I have to see for myself.
He doesn't believe it when he sees it for himself.
No, there's still a possibility. It's back there somewhere. That
Yeah.
that ball is back there. It's got to be.
I saw it go in there.
There was one there yesterday. I'm sure of it.
There were 4 there yesterday.
Yeah.
There were at one point this morning there were 4 there. Do I want to?
You want to what?
Oh, spend another fate point.
For what?
Akashic research.
Akashic research.
Right, but I need
Do you want me to duplicate William Johnson's file?
if you can, that might actually give us a teeny bit more to work.
Okay, I'll do the same thing for William Johnson's file.
Okay, his is much bigger. Like, he actually was arrested and convicted of things. But yeah, it was always like crimes of violence.
He was an enforcer.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was.
Okay.
But then, like, convictions would be overturned
Uh-huh.
because there was no witness. I mean, he'd appeal, and then no witness would show up.
Uh-huh.
Anything recent?
Nothing in the last 8 months.
Okay. So he's doing protection rackets himself and has not run afoul of the police yet this time around.
Or did you spend another fate point? For
Yes,
that?
I did.
Yes, he did.
So, doing the Akashic research is basically a moment.
Mhm.
But if you're going
Right.
to write all of this down,
Yep, that's
Writing
that's
your
going to
notes
actually
will
take
take some
physical, an amount of
Yeah.
time. So we'll say you took about 2 hours total to write
Okay.
down every detail about both of these files.
yep.
Yeah, so what they saw me do was go pull a bunch of newspapers, sit down, start flipping through them, start writing, and then just keep writing and writing and writing and writing and writing.
Yes.
It's a sign of life.
Yes.
And if you
That's
actually take a good
All right,
look
I'll say actually 1 hour total writing,
okay.
because 2 hours isn't a time increment on the
Yeah.
chart.
The thing is, if you look at him while he's doing this, writing, you will see that his eyes are closed.
Mhm.
I do
Which-
not look.
Yeah. Whereas
Your eyes are closed too.
No,
Just not
she's
looking
doing
inside.
research.
Whereas, I'll walk and it's like, yup, he's pulling some histories.
Well, okay. Annie was doing research as well.
Yeah, but I think he just overrode me because he just did associates, didn't you?
Well, for
I did associates for Big Tony.
And William Johnson, because
Yeah.
you did his entire file, and that
yes.
had known associates.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna go for associates, but it seems like that would be duplicate information. Can I instead have gone for something else?
Absolutely. If he tells
All right,
you that he's
then
going to go for,
Then I am going to go for.
if you're keeping it to yourself, what you're researching, that would be weird.
I will actually go for prosecuting attorneys
Okay.
and the court record with the names of the attorneys and such, so that maybe we can find out the stuff that didn't get in the records.
Okay.
Possibly.
And
Especially
so
if
I
they
had spent the fate point to bring me up to superb, so it's one less time increment, right? We're
Mhm.
limited to great.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the normal time increments are, but
I would
meant
say the base is 4 hours, so it's going to take you an hour.
one less. Okay, that seems perfectly reasonable. And prosecuting attorneys, because they probably have stuff that they didn't consider was sufficient evidence, and a whole bunch
Well,
of other
there's stuff you can't get admitted into evidence
Yep.
because
Yeah.
it's hearsay or it was
Yep.
acquired in
they-
a way that isn't
They
legal.
would have evidence that never made it into.
A prosecutor that nearly got big
So,
Tony or
As part
nearly
of this
got
research, you
Freddy
realize
Starface.
a lot of district attorneys in the city of New York have met unexplained deaths.
Huh.
There's been a lot
Way outside.
way outside the normal. I mean,
Do not,
they don't.
do not
People
issue
don't
a
fall out
life
of windows
insurance.
that often. They really just don't.
Okay.
So you're getting to a bunch of dead ends.
Yep.
Literally
Um,
dead.
As in, like any time, like it goes to trial, and like I said, they would actually convict, and then it would be overturned. So it's not really a conviction. But if any time a district attorney or assistant district attorney or whatever was successful in a conviction, it seems like within the next 6 months they met an untimely end.
An untimely end.
Mhm. Well, I think it's time to go talk to the Chinese now. I've got a few places to look, but I got a feeling it's going to be
Yep.
pretty zero.
Rival crooks might definitely be more helpful to us than the forces, ostensible
Yeah,
forces.
You're
of
thinking
law.
you probably wouldn't want to be a district attorney in this city because their life expectancy apparently is not very good.
Or worse, the ones that are still.
Well, I
around
mean, there are
probably
district
ones
attorneys
that
who
back
don't seem to get very
down
many
or-
convictions,
yes.
or who get convictions for, low-level street thugs or
Yep.
whatever,
Yeah.
He's gargling.
Don't know what. Yeah, whatever.
So, okay,
So,
I will let people know that it's bad for your health to be a good prosecuting attorney in the city.
yeah. Disappointing, but not.
Yeah, incompetent district
Yeah.
attorney. Wow, you are fine.
No, probably still not fine, but you,
Um,
you won't die of a mysterious accident.
Mhm. All right, so you're going to
Yes,
the
yes.
Chinese herbal shop that
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
to a few times
Yes.
before, which is on the second floor of a building in Chinatown,
Mm-hmm.
above the Hong Kong Import-Export Company.
And
Mhm.
probably as soon as you walk in, somebody mutters, "Oh, him again."
Okie dokie. So behind the counter is a little old lady. You've seen her before.
Mhm.
She tends to be the person who's working behind the counter.
Now, I unfortunately know Mandarin, not Cantonese. Damn it.
Okay.
You can try English
You-
since
They seem to speak English here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a problem to speak English.
I will say in Mandarin, can we converse in English?
Certainly, she said in her little old lady voice.
I was going to say she's probably as comfortable in Mandarin as she is in Cantonese.
Well,
Yeah, the one time Yen Shin was speaking in Cantonese, it was just to be a dick.
Yeah,
Well-
he was a scholar as well as a criminal.
Yeah.
He would definitely know man.
well, if you could tell Yin Chin's daughter that Jack is here, and he would like an audience with her.
You want Miss Yen Li?
Yes. And she will want to talk to me because I'm here to help destroy some of her enemies.
Certainly, sir.
Hmm.
And there's a door over there that, you've seen them go in and out repeatedly. She goes through it, and about 4 minutes later, I don't know why it takes this long, but about 4 minutes later, Miss Yen Li comes out.
Because she was in the middle of something else.
Because she had to take her disguise off.
Could be.
Hush! You didn't make an investigation roll to determine that.
Lore metaplot.
Yeah, I spotted her last disguise at New Year's, okay? But it's very good.
It was. She is really good at disguising herself.
I can be too if I work at it. But
She's not as good as John Doe is.
no, she's better than me. But
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, may I help you? And she says it in English.
William Johnson is active in New York City again.
I trust you brought the picture.
Scarface, yes.
Yeah, holds up the picture.
Yes, I know that. He's a low-level leg breaker. I don't really care about him.
Well, I suspect that he's paving the way for Sal to make a comeback.
Sal hasn't been seen or heard in this area for months.
Yes. But you see, somebody killed Big Tony, and that got his attention, I believe.
Well, that's certainly a possibility.
Okay. Do you have any evidence that he might be returning other than that one of his middle level people is active? Has there been any other activity?
His middle, yes, he's already started an extortion ring down in the docks.
Well, he's a leg breaker, so yeah.
And he is targeting me.
But have there been other lieutenants who've appeared, or
Not yet.
make an academics roll?
One.
One of my better skills.
Did you bring any of these people with you? I mean, did anybody go, or you're on
We
your
were
own?
researching, and he went. off.
Okay, yeah, he did his research and then
Yep.
the check.
I probably told
So yeah, this has to be your academics role.
Yes, I know.
If you brought anybody else with you, they could have been making academics
I know.
rolls right now.
That was
Always Conan Jack.
that was nothing that Simon knows. That was Scott's comment.
That'd be good.
Last month, they fished one of Big Tony's lieutenants out of the river. Don't you remember I told you that?
I don't.
It rings a bell faintly.
Yeah,
now that you
it's ringing a
mention
bell.
it. It was one of us was looking for something else in the newspapers, or just looking for something interesting. Damn, my voice is going.
You remembered it, so you can report it to her.
Yeah,
But she might have been responsible.
pretty sure she was. But yeah, there was one of Big Tony's lieutenants who came out of the river a while back.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is he a low-life lieutenant as well?
No. That's true. But, I mean, I thought he was just, well, never mind what I thought.
Well, what you think is very important to me. You're an exceptional woman.
Are you trying rapport on her right now?
Yes. Well, I happen to have gotten a superb. Which is pretty good for me.
At least give points for having made a reasonable try.
Well, she
she might not
doesn't
be
seem
impressed.
swayed, but she isn't like reacting poorly to
Mhm.
that. Like she's not
I hit a
thinking
box.
you're full of baloney.
There we go.
And I assume you weren't doing deceit there.
No.
That was something that Jack actually believed.
Yeah, you guys actually believe that.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been fantastic.
Yes.
I
So
can
there
order
was
for
that.
them all.
But he's acting strangely because somebody hired two vagabond thieves to spy on me.
Vagabond thieves.
Well-
We're getting romantic now.
Thieves of opportunity, shall we say.
Okay.
And he actually gave them an office with a very powerful telescope, and he actually had an escape route plan for them. I mean, this is more than Laurel and Hardy could come up with on their own.
Well, I would imagine that anybody who has any idea of what you're capable of would have some preparations for whoever it is that he was having look at you.
building does seem smoother than what
It
we
does seem
had from-
fairly smooth though and well thought out. They just made a mistake.
William Johnson is not a smooth, well thought out sort of person.
He may not be the head guy then.
Um,
Does that bother you? That there's somebody commanding him that you don't know about?
well, if well, we know it's not Big Tony. We both know it's not Big Tony.
Yes, I know he.
And Fat Sal has got to be dead of old age by now.
He's
Do
like
you know
your,
how old he is? He's older. Well,
he's like your father.
you mean my grandfather? My father is dead.
Yes, your grandfather. He is not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Actually, that
Most of the shadows of the previous century died during the Great War, because they were involved in the conflict. So very few 100-plus-year-old, 124-year-old shadows are still alive.
But you see, the Italians were on the Allied side in the Great War. So were, and the Chinese were on the other side. In the Great War. We were allied with the Japanese because they never stabbed us in the back.
Of course not. They're loyal and yeah.
So
I mean, he had retired. He retired years ago.
you don't think that?
Why
Tony-
would he be? I mean, he was relying on Big Tony.
So without Big Tony, don't you think he'd have to make a change?
Retire out in the desert or something. I don't know.
Maybe he has thoughts of revenge.
Well, there's that. But why wouldn't he be surveilling me then?
I'm not sure he knows how involved we were. He knows how involved I was.
Ah.
I was very discreet.
Well, I guess I'm lucky.
I was very discreet when I brought him to your attention.
Uh-huh. Well.
Well, the purpose of my visit.
So this sounds like it's your problem then.
I prefer to think of it as you're making an investment. You're going to help me with this problem before it becomes our problem. I gotta roll rapport again because I'm not gonna roll nearly as high. I'll tell you that right now. Unless I use a fake point. I don't roll +3s all the time.
So what is it that you want from me?
I want the location of William Johnson so I can have a pleasant conversation with him about what he's doing and who he's working for. It's a conversation that he might just have a fatal accident right afterward.
Make another rapport roll.
Oh shit.
Is that like a really bad roll? Is that what you're?
It's an average.
No,
that's
Yes, that's a really
probably
bad.
that's not going to convince her of anything.
I know it's not reaching for a fake point here. Well, Jack does not fail. This last one he did, but
Can you tag a mutual enemy or something like that as an aspect?
well, I can tell you that it shows me a favor.
Sure, if you want to do
You
that.
can tag that, yeah, then she won't.
It's a taggable aspect.
First things first.
Roll better.
I gather from his
He didn't
gesticulation
roll
that
better.
it
No,
was
I
not
rolled one
sufficiently better.
Oh, how exciting!
I
Fair.
Yeah.
I pegged
Okay.
it, not sufficiently better.
Tagging, so that would be great. The thing is, should I use another tape or just really rub it in? Yeah, then I know I'm succeeding probably. So then I'm going to use the best there is. Which you get me fantastic.
Well, she probably believe that he's very good at causing accidents.
And for that matter, scaring the truth out of somebody.
So, what I'll do, yes, I will see to it that he is here at noon tomorrow, and you can question him
Upstairs or in the store?
in here.
We're through the door, right?
No, we're
In
in the
the
herb
herb
shop
shop.
area,
Hmm.
the Chinese herbalist shop, but there's like a table with chairs over there, and I mean there's plenty of room.
You might put up some resistance.
I don't care.
I was thinking.
Should-
I was thinking
In
of
other
collateral
words,
damage.
She has enough wounds that she's confident of being able to collect him.
Yeah, he's not a match for my people.
Okay. Noon tomorrow. You mind if I bring some of my companions with me?
No, certainly not.
I'm certain that Simon Wells would be very interested in buying some of your more exotic and expensive teas.
Mm-hmm. And you
Okay.
probably want
He's
me
actually been here to buy herbs before.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you probably want me along too because of the
Oh,
lie
yes.
detector trick.
Oh yes.
So,
Well, in that case, thank you for your time. It has been a very productive conversation. Look forward to having many more with you. I'm being recorded. I'm not lying.
sooner or later, your sense of justice is going to cause you to have to come in conflict with her.
Yes, sooner or later.
You do not have personal knowledge of any crimes that she has committed. I can tell you that.
Oh,
Except for killing Big Tony,
Well,
but you
doesn't-
urged her to do that,
Doesn't
basically.
have personal knowledge of it. Just has
Well,
reason to believe.
Really compelling.
Since her
circumstantial
grandfather
evidence
was
of
in
that.
charge of the Tong
Yep.
here,
Knows that she had motive, opportunity,
and then
and
you know
capability.
she took over basically the same, like the herbalist shop and the Hong Kong import export. There's a chance that she might also be importing and exporting the same things he did.
I'm thinking he
Opium,
has plausible
girls.
deniability at best.
No, well, if she wouldn't have killed him, I would have.
Yeah.
No,
So-
they're
but that's
talking
the-
about the rest of the stuff. That
Yeah,
she's
that's
doing.
the one thing though that you know that she's done that's a crime, and you don't mind that. You wanted her to do that.
Like I said, if she wouldn't have done it, I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, like I say, so it might be later, but you know, I mean, eventually something's gonna probably break.
Mm-hmm.
It may be 5 years, might be 10 years.
having
So actually, make another academics roll.
Oh, yeah. See something that fix this. Well, it's not too bad. It's a good.
So one thing that you're pretty sure she's changed, because there was always rumors about this. White slavery. You know, kidnapping women and sending them to China to rich guys.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to not be happening anymore. It happened under Dr. Yen Shin. It doesn't seem to be happening anymore. Like, she stopped that particular export practice.
or the market dried up.
No, it's
The
her.
market never dries up in China for that.
No.
It really doesn't. Yeah, human trafficking is going to happen. But apparently not in New York City right now.
Not that
Yeah, not that particular kind.
So in one specific area, she's got more scruples than her grandfather, or some sort of personal
just-
Or
prejudice
just
against
feels
it.
that the perverts don't pay enough.
Oh, no.
You don't, yeah, you don't really know her psychology.
Yeah.
No.
And it would be really hard to figure out her psychology, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, in this system, we don't have alignments, but if you're there for a Palladium-based system, she would be aberrant. Which means you're evil, but you have a code. And you follow your code.
Mm-hmm.
Whether anyone cares or not, you're going to follow your code.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe twisted and evil, but you have a code that you follow.
Yup. Like a seriously lawful evil type in AD&D.
No, Labyrinth is different.
Yes.
Mm.
The comic book character Grendel, the original Grendel, Hunter Rose, he was aberrant. He ran a criminal organization, but he was very much against child prostitution. If you abused children, he would come after you, and you would really regret it for what was left of your life.
Anyway, so that side seems to have stopped in New York City. The import side doesn't seem to have stopped.
Yeah, well,
So
Rome wasn't built in a day.
having finished my research,
Yes.
I'm going to go do one more check and then call up Hawk and say I've got something for John Doe. The thesis on truth.
Ah.
Oh. You have a thesis on truth.
Written by an alien
right.
culture.
Oh, interesting.
That's awfully cool, considering you're giving it to the spirit of truth.
Well, I had talked to the GM and he agreed that I had reason to believe that this would be of interest to John Doe.
Mm-hmm. Sure, why don't you stop by the warehouse
Okay.
this evening and
Okay.
drop it off.
As I get back to the Century Club, are these guys still in the library researching?
It didn't take you really long time to do what you just did. I mean, it was a short conversation, and Chinatown isn't that far away.
If I'm not in the library, I'm down in the bar.
And Simon, while his research didn't actually take a long time,
He might
Right.
still
he
be
had to write
writing.
like 2 entire files of information.
So who's in the library when I walk up there?
I would say both of these.
Sure.
And a nice stack of paper with lines crossed out, and dates of death.
Yeah. I mean, your report is basically, wow, don't be an assistant district attorney
Or
in
prosecutor.
New York
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
and actually
One.
succeeded prosecuting an Italian person.
Well, I have good news, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, noon at the tea house, Simon, William Johnson will be presented to us.
Like alive, and we get to ask him questions.
Yes.
Okay, that might possibly be helpful. At the very least, he knows who he's giving money to.
Maybe. It might be anonymous, but still, it would give us a location. and a place to
Right.
search.
If he's not giving it to a person, he's got to drop location or something.
And we'll get to learn his schedule.
Some strand leading upward from him.
Yeah, because we either know the stores that he hits, or if he hits all the stores. Pardon me, businesses
Yeah.
that he collects insurance payments from.
Yeah, well,
But it's a start.
if anything if anything permanent happens to him, just spreading the rumor that we have something to do with why he's not doing that anymore could buy us a certain amount of goodwill in that neighborhood.
I'm going to call it early.
Okay.
Snow's hitting.
Yeah.
Fluffy white death is falling from the sky.
Well, I just
So
looked
what-
at the radar and it looked like we're being covered in snow. Yeah.
Well, yes.
What is the
I've
game
looked-
date? By the way?
The game date,
February, what are we up to? 9th?
12th, I believe,
Okay,
Yes,
is what I have.
that seems right.
2 days to Valentine's
Okay. Valentine's Day, I do not want Paris getting shot.
Day.
But are you going to interview her about her known associates?
I'm not.
You know, actually, it might be worth
Well,
asking her if
so
she.
so Jack
remembers
knows that Paris goes to parties like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he knows that.
Now, if it was her party and she invited him, then we might have to have a conversation.
No. She just goes to parties that she finds exciting
Yeah.
or
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah, well.
Hey, it actually might be worth asking her, you know, what she remembers, what she's noticed. Always possible.
Yeah, Jack,
she
you should do
spotted
that.
Something that that she didn't, you know, didn't.
Edgy, there's a reason why Elizabeth isn't with you, and this is part of it.
36.
No, the reason why Elizabeth isn't with me anymore is firstly, I couldn't give her good enough answers to why the hell I wasn't available when she expected me to. And secondly, after she got involved with Karkin briefly, I gave up trying.
Whoops. Dropped one.
Okay,